You've seen the moves, you know the music, but do you really know Saturday Night Fever? This disco-fueled classic has more behind-the-scenes secrets and jaw-dropping facts than you'd ever expect. From legendary fashion choices to shocking true stories that inspired the script, we're about to dive into 10 facts that'll blow your bell-bottoms off. And stick around for the bonus fact. It's one you've never heard before.
Pacino. Attica. Attica.
Let's hit the floor and stay alive, starting now. Fact 1. The movie was based on a magazine article titled Tribal Rights of the New Saturday Night. But here's the twist. The article was later revealed to be entirely fictional. Writer Nick Cohn admitted he made the whole thing up. He wasn't even familiar with the Brooklyn disco scene and based it on mods he knew in London. Still, the fabricated piece inspired one of the most iconic films of the 1970s. Crazy how a lie created a legend, right? The facts shocked the journalism world and raised big questions about fact-checking in entertainment reporting. Yet it didn't stop the film from becoming a cultural cornerstone. Fact 2. John Travolta didn't just show up and wing it. He trained for months with a professional choreographer. He lost over 20 pounds for the role to look the part of a disco king. Travolta was meticulous about his moves and insisted on long solo shots to prove he wasn't using a dance double. He even rehearsed after hours to perfect his posture and rhythm. His famous strut down the Brooklyn streets, that was choreographed too. Every step you see was crafted to ooze attitude. Travolta's dedication helped make disco dancing look effortless and iconic. His commitment helped redefine what a dance movie star could be. Fact 3. The film's producers were worried the movie would flop. Enter the Bee Gees. Their music wasn't even finished when filming started. It was added in post-production. But once the soundtrack dropped, it became a cultural phenomenon. The album went on to sell over 40 million copies worldwide. It's now one of the best-selling soundtracks of all time, turning the film into a disco legend. Without that music, it's likely the film would have faded into obscurity. The Bee Gees didn't just support the film, they defined it. Fact 4. That iconic white suit? It almost didn't happen. The costume designer originally wanted a black suit, thinking it would be sleeker under the club lights. But Travolta pushed for white. He believed it would pop better during his dance scenes. He was right. That white suit became one of the most recognizable outfits in movie history. Today, it's even housed in the Smithsonian. It sold at auction for over $145,000. And it continues to inspire pop culture references and Halloween costumes to this day. Fact 5. The original cut of Saturday Night Fever was so raw it nearly received an X rating. It included intense scenes involving drugs, violence, and sex, way more than what made it into theaters. To secure an R rating, the studio had to trim several graphic moments. But even with the cuts, the film kept its gritty tone and realism. This wasn't just a dance movie. It was a deep look at working-class struggles. That edge is part of what made it so powerful. Years later, a PG-rated version was released for younger audiences. But purists agree, the original cut is where the real soul of the story lies. Fact 6. Karen Lynn Gorney, who played Stephanie, almost didn't make the final cut. Producers thought she lacked the star power to hold her own against Travolta. Rumors even spread that the studio considered replacing her midway through filming. But Gorney's chemistry with Travolta convinced them otherwise. Her grounded, serious performance brought emotional depth to the film. Today, fans can't imagine the movie without her. In fact, her authenticity created a strong contrast to Travolta's flashier role. That balance helped anchor the film's emotional storylines. Fact 7. Look closely during the pizza shop scene. The woman behind the counter is John Travolta's real-life mom. Helen Travolta snagged a cameo, and she's the one who hands Tony his iconic double-decker slice. It's a fun little Easter egg that even hardcore fans sometimes miss. John reportedly wanted her in the film as a way to honor his roots. a sweet family moment in the middle of a gritty disco drama. Now you'll never watch that scene the same way again. Travolta was known for keeping his family close during major film moments. It added a touch of authenticity to the Brooklyn vibe. Fact 8. That lit-up dance floor? It wasn't just movie magic. It was cutting-edge technology for its time. The floor used over 300 blinking lights, controlled manually by techs hidden off stage. It was so hot under the lights, actors could only shoot in short bursts. The floor cost tens of thousands of dollars to build, but it paid off. It became one of the most iconic visuals in film history, a disco temple built just for Tony Manero. Decades later, the light-up floor is still recreated in clubs and events worldwide. It defined the look of the disco era. Fact 9. Believe it or not, Saturday Night Fever was shot on a shoestring budget. The filmmakers used real Brooklyn locations to save money. Extras were often unpaid locals. And the disco scenes? Shot in a working club that had to be cleaned up between real parties. But the movie grossed over $237 million worldwide. Proof that you don't need big bucks to make a big hit. It became a model for low-budget films with high cultural impact. The authenticity of the setting only added to its charm. Fact 10. After the film's release, disco fever went global. Dance clubs exploded in popularity, from Tokyo to Paris. Sales of bell-bottoms, platform shoes, and gold chains skyrocketed. Everyone wanted to strut like Tony Manero. Even small towns started opening dance studios to teach Travolta-style moves. The film didn't just reflect the disco era, it ignited it. It turned the Bee Gees into household names and solidified Travolta as a superstar. The cultural ripple effect lasted well into the 1980s. Bonus fact. You know that famous finger-pointing pose? It wasn't in the script. Travolta came up with it on the spot during rehearsals. The crew loved it so much, they built an entire shot around it. It's now one of the most imitated dance moves in pop culture. Just goes to show, sometimes the best moments are the ones you don't plan. That single pose became the visual signature of the entire film. It was later used in posters, parodies, and even wax museum statues. From dance floor drama to family cameos, Saturday Night Fever was full of surprises. If you're still dancing in your seat, hit that like button and subscribe for more iconic movie facts. Got a favorite moment from the film? Drop it in the comments. And remember, whether you're on the floor or just watching from the sidelines, stay funky and keep the fever alive.